My name is Czapla and I'm an occupational therapist. I mainly go to people's homes when they had some sort of an accident or they've been diagnosed with some debilitating illness, and see how I can adapt their homes, or if I can give them some equipment so they can live their lives and do things they still want to do with the help of the equipment or adaptations. I think my main skills is listening and observing. I need to see what sorts of problems people have, and sometimes they're not actually very good at describing them, so I actually have to ask them to show me what the problem is, what they want to achieve and what they can't. You have to be caring, you have to have lots of empathy and patience, and you need to think on your feet, because no two people are the same, no two situations are the same. So you have to be really good at problem solving and thinking creatively on solutions. So you work collaboratively. Communication, I think, is the key, and problem solving. I love meeting all sorts of people from all sorts of backgrounds and getting to know them, and then usually coming up with solutions for these people who are then very grateful for your input, and that's very rewarding. But there are, I work for the local authority, so there's a lot of bureaucracy, which means there's quite a lot of report writing and navigating databases and technologies, and sometimes that's challenging. You do have to do a degree. It's either a BSc course at a university, or you can do a master's. So you can have a degree from any other field that doesn't have to be related to occupational therapy whatsoever. When you're ready that you want to become an occupational therapist, you can apply for a master's, and if you give a good interview, you'll get a place. In terms of how much, what sort of salary you get as an occupational therapist, it changes. It's a kind of you go through pay scales. If you're employed by the NHS, you start at around 25,000. You can get to around 50,000 if you at quite a senior position. But if you are self-employed or by an agency, you can earn more than that. So the beginnings of my career, what made it a bit difficult was that you have to spend quite a lot of time on the phone, and I'm much better face-to-face with people. And so I did have to overcome that, and it's okay now after years. Obviously, it's not an issue, but at the beginning it was. When I was a teenager, I didn't even know this job existed. But I was always drawn to sort of healthcare professions. As a teenager, I wanted to be a psychologist. And the only reason why I didn't go for that then is because I couldn't get into the university. It was very tough exams. The reason why I went for occupational therapy was because I can actually use a lot of psychology, so I can very much use these skills from my first degree.